Need a push getting your spirits, wine, or beverage brand into the hands of consumers? Interested in winning medals like a double gold award? Proof Awards, the ultimate beverage competition, can help jumpstart your brand into the hands of beverage buyers. Enter the Proof Awards. Be a part of the Proof Awards marketing campaign with our partner, Food and Beverage Magazine. All of our judges are buyers, and that's what sets our awards program apart from the others. Our judges head the beverage programs for restaurants, bars, nightclubs, casinos, liquor stores, big box retail, and national wine and spirits distributors. Your brand will be tasted by buyers from more than 15 states across the U.S. We have hundreds of categories to choose from at www.proofawards.com. Be seen by 12 million readers with our partner, Food and Beverage Magazine. Get tasted and rated by buyers. The Proof Awards competition is open for spirits, wine, and beverage brands today. Proof Awards, moving brands into the marketplace. www.proofawards.com.
Welcome to Proof Live, where booze brands in the right hands. On a quest for the best tipple and toast with the most exciting and respected bottlings. Competing for the 100-point Perfect Score Century Award and the double gold and a spot on the top shelf to be sipped, shaken, stirred, and celebrated. Slide up to the bar with the biggest names in the spirits game as they clink glasses with your hostess, legendary connoisseur Jennifer English, for intimate conversations, live tastings, product launches, and the happiest hour there is. Now, broadcasting live from the commodious confines of the Swanky Proof Saloon, where the liquid elite meet, here is your hostess, the Madam of Manhattans, the Duchess of Daiquiris, the Queen of Conviviality, your hostess, James Beard Award winner, Jennifer English.
Yokoso, everybody, and welcome to Tokyo. The Haneda Airport is the hub of international global travel, and this week, the Delta Sky Club at Haneda Airport is opening with its grand opening, and we are there live. Hi, everybody. I'm Jennifer English. I'm the editor-at-large of Proof Magazine, and some of the cocktails that are being prepared right now will give you a taste of place unlike anything you've ever tried. And to join us and give us a glimpse, we're giving you a behind-the-scenes, never-before-seen. This is the first time this has ever been broadcast live. Behind the scenes from Delta Sky Club at Haneda Airport, thanks to Dave Homan, chairman of Delta Sky Club, and Brittany Chardon. Friends, Yokoso, welcome.
Good morning.
What an honor. I've been excited all week about this. The grand opening of the new Delta Sky Club at Haneda Airport. I was lucky enough to be in Los Angeles when you opened the new Delta Lounge in Los Angeles, so I know what kind of a big event this is. I literally am so excited, and I'm honored to be among the first to say congratulations and welcome. Talk a little bit about Delta Sky Club and what this program has become.
Well, this is number 54 for us. As you mentioned earlier, we just opened at LAX with our brand new Sky Club there recently. That's huge. Another one at LaGuardia. We've got a new club opening in Boston next week. So it's been a very busy year for us. Our beverage program just keeps building and building, getting better and better all the time, thanks to this guru here. We have a lot of fun with Brittany, and she brings a lot of expertise to our program. So this Tokyo project has been very different. It's a 100% complimentary bar here. Obviously, the taste and the customs are different here, so we've had to adapt. It's a little bit more limited in scale than the full-blown premium program that we have throughout the U.S., but it's got some really fun and exciting cocktails for our guests to enjoy, and I think they're going to be thrilled with it. We're just doing our VIP press unveiling this morning as we talk, and we'll greet our first guests into the club tomorrow morning around noon. So they'll start with a big sake ceremony. So a lot of fun going on here in Tokyo this week.
Can't hear you, Jennifer. We want to talk
Sorry about that. We just lost your audio. There we go.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Now we can.
I want to talk about Delta Airlines, not only as our stewards of our travel, but you are our hosts. You're not only those we entrust with our transportation, you bring the spirit of hospitality, Delta style, to life all over the world. Can you talk a little for us, please, about what Delta hospitality is in today's modern travel world?
Yeah, I think at Delta, we're like all the airlines. We all have our issues that we fight every day in the airports. The summer's been extremely crowded. Record-setting crowds as pent-up travel demand returns. We're doing our best to navigate it and make sure that we give our guests a really hospitable and personal experience when they actually come into our clubs. The clubs are meant to be a place for relaxation. Relaxation may be a little limited this summer, again, with the crowds. But we treat all of our guests with graciousness and hospitable friendliness. Our ambassadors exude a lot of warmth, and we do a lot of training to ensure that our ambassadors are providing warmth and satisfaction to our guests. So something a little different that you don't find in many of the other areas. And it's pretty unique to them.
Clubs and access to clubs are part of the travel story moving forward in the post-pandemic world. It's critically important for us to remember that we are all trying to take very good care of our guests. One of the things we want to make sure we do is recognize that your lounges and clubs are a respite for guests who are traveling, passengers who are in a foreign city, far from home, under all manner of conditions and circumstances. I want to ask Brittany, how important does it become to give them something that is nourishing and quenching and welcoming? And how do you always manage to do it in the spirit of the place where you are opening your clubs?
Well, that's exactly correct. We have to think about where we are and what makes sense for the guest wherever the club is. And here in Japan, it's very hot. It's very humid. And to just get off a plane and to get into the club, you have to walk a good 20, 30 minutes. And
Wow.
so the drinks and to get to customs and through immigration, it's a long, sweaty walk, to be honest with you. So I kind of bared that in mind when I did these welcoming cocktails. We have a lot of citrus. We brought in yuzu, which is something we've only played a little bit with in the States, but here we have a yuzu liqueur, which is lighter and very refreshing. And
well, let's talk a little bit about that, because you've developed a program that is now in existence in 52 or 54 locations around the world. And in each location, you do something remarkable, which is to give all of us that spirit of and taste of the place. Can you talk a little bit for us about the mission that you have with Dave to create that taste of place wherever you are?
Oh, absolutely. We love bringing in local products, and we do that through our regional craft beers. We do have some folks that can bring in, and we vet them. We bring in local spirits, like in Salt Lake City, we serve High West. Really, what I try to do, though, when I craft the menu, is I try to have a drink for everyone. And I would like to say I'm sitting at the bars drinking drinks, but it's not me. We want to have something for you and something for Dave and something for our dads and something for the 22-year-old travelers. Our club demographics have changed pretty dramatically over the last few years. And so we also recognize that the people who are looking to the menu aren't the people who are drinking whiskey neat. So they're the people who are looking for a little sweeter, a little more experiential, they're a little more adventurous. They're willing to have flavors they've not had. And so we take advantage of that, but we try to have something for everyone. And I think we've reached that with our menu stateside. Here, what we tried to do, and Dave can show you a couple drinks here on the bar.
Yeah, we're going to do that. But I want to start, before we even get to the specific cocktails, right now, Japan and Japanese cocktails are having a global moment. Japanese whiskeys are the most prized whiskeys, sought after whiskeys. I know the bourbon guys from Kentucky are going to give me some crap about that, but the truth is, global connoisseurs recognize that the Japanese whiskeys are really extraordinary. Over 20 years have gone into crafting these excellent spirits, and both from the Suntory brand with the Toki Japanese whiskey you're using, as well as the Yamazaki single malt, you are really at the pinnacle of a global trend that is also the breadth of Japanese cocktails. Japanese cocktails are having a global moment. How much fun did you have with that? And what does that actually mean for those of us who haven't been there yet?
Well, you're absolutely correct about whiskey. I remember back at the Proof Awards and us judging, one of our favorite spirits was the Shinobu 15 year. And we tried to get that here. I wasn't sure if the price was priced out of our programming here, but there are other Shinobu whiskeys that we can take a look at. It was challenging before we got here to find out what we really could bring to the club and what was available to us. And besides music Japanese cocktails, it's not just Japanese whiskey. Japanese gin now is very high quality.
Well, and we want to talk about that because gin happens to be the spirit of a place. Oftentimes, you will get the ability to know what a place tastes like because the botanicals that are used in local gins really give you a sense of what that is. Of all the products, all the spirits around the world, gin seems to be the one that lets you experience the spirit of the place. And you've done an outstanding job bringing in the Roku gin. Talk a little bit about that because it makes its appearance in a marvelous cocktail or two on your list. And I want to start talking about these great drinks that you've crafted just for this experience for your guests.
Excellent. Well, we've got one that we made right here. Actually, I had to make a second one because someone already took it off the bar. It's so beautiful. But we are using the Roku gin in this one. Something, Jennifer, I had so much fun, and this is the Beam Suntory product. We got the yuzu, and we also have the cherry blossom of these beautiful liqueurs, and they're light and clean. And it took me about 3 months to get them in so I could play with them. I'm just so thrilled. And so this drink right here, I'm going to hold it up for you.
Oh,
this is beautiful. The grapefruit gimlet. And it has a little bit of salt on the top. Just because of all the sweating that you have to do to get here, we want to be able to kind of refresh those electrolytes for people in this beautiful little thin.
That yuzu liqueur bottle is
one of our cocktails. And probably going to be the most popular. Right? These are gorgeous. And can you hand me the cherry one also? Cherry blossom. And,
so I want to point out to people that looks incredibly irresistible and quenching. Oh, wow. Isn't that pretty?
It is. It goes down very quickly.
And that's the cherry blossom liqueur.
And you know, when I do the cocktails, that's the yuzu, and here's the cherry that I use in a sake blossom Cosmo for the cherry blossom. And they are able to get fresh cherry blossoms. We don't have them today, but we're going to use real fresh cherry blossoms as a garnish, which is so fun.
Oh.
That's something we never do anywhere, but maybe, DC.
And then, you know what, as a young person, I have to go to the drink that jumped off the menu at me. And again, Nathan, if you could show the menu once for our friends in the audience, because you've done an incredible job, Dave and Brittany, about creating this menu. Raise the bar. Of course, the bar is called The Bar. And you've done a drink called the Yuzu Melon Cho Hai. And I want to talk about that because it has that gorgeous green color from the Midori. And anybody that has ever experienced that was actually our first introduction to Japanese cocktail influence. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because that is a global Hall of Fame product. Can you talk a little bit about the Midori?
Oh, yeah. You know, Midori is so fun. Of course, we used it all the time in the 80s and 90s, and it's not something that we really brought back into our clubs. We don't carry it stateside, but you have to have Midori in Japan. I mean, the word means green in Japanese, so we definitely wanted to do it. And I knew I could do some more finer garnishes, be a little more specific and intentional with the garnishes here. So I knew I could do the melon balls. I actually have the drink right here on the bar for you now. And we're bringing in the shochu and the Midori. And again, this has yuzu and the fresh melon garnish.
Isn't that pretty?
These drinks were all intended to be refreshing, and this one, of course, is in the highball style that you would just do a whiskey highball with lots of soda water. It's light and clean, and it's not sweet. We want things to be really subtly sweet. Yeah, it's so good. You picked my two favorites.
Well, I read the menu and I went over it time and again, and whether it's the Japanese gin yuzu liqueur, grapefruit yuzu gimlet, or something like the shochu Negroni. The shochu Negroni jumped off the page at me, but then I remembered something, that it really is about that taste of place that you give your guests when they come into the lounge. Would you be good enough to tell everybody, how can I go into a Delta Sky Club? What do I have to do to become a member of that club? Because you've just shown me all the reasons why I'm going to go out of my way, not only to be Delta loyal, but to do whatever it takes to get there, because I really want to try those.
Yeah, let me answer that. There's several ways of entering. We have obviously relationships with American Express, so various American Express cards. And it's too detailed to go into to detail here, but go to AmericanExpress.com, type in Delta, and you'll be able to see the different cards, allow easy entrance into the clubs. Some clubs require a modest entry fee. Other cards cards cover complete entry into it. And then you can also buy a Delta Sky Club membership, which is for unlimited visits per year, just as the cards would get you in. But
well, I absolutely love that. I want to talk a little bit about the fact that you use both sake and sochu, and this gives us a really good opportunity, Brittany, to talk about sake is actually a brewed spirit versus sochu, which is a distilled spirit. But the thing that I like best about sochu is that it's not really a clear spirit and it's not really a whiskey. It's really its own thing. And people often will describe it, because of its characteristics, as being somewhere in between the two. Like it's kind of like a vodka or a gin, and it's a little bit like a whiskey, but in fact, it's its own thing. Can you introduce us to sochu?
Well, it has a little malty sweetness to it, but it depends on the base ingredient that you're using, and you can use different things like buckwheat or sweet potato. With the base ingredient,
even rice.
Rice changes the flavor. So what I like about it, and familiar to you, is it's a little bit more like an old Tom style gin. It's just got that little bit of maltiness to it, but it is still light and clean. So you could go either direction, which we did. In your one drink, we've gone completely sweet, or subtly sweet with the yuzu and the midori, and then we also then use it in the Negroni. So it's just super compatible with the bitter notes of Campari and the richness of sweet vermouth. It just works so beautifully. And then we just got to drink a little more sweetness and more complexity by bringing in some plum liqueur. So that drink, bitter is not a typical Japanese cocktail flavor, but it is certainly an American and popular international traveler cocktail. And it's so globally popular that I just couldn't help myself.
I love that.
So I think
Brittany,
it plays beautifully.
I can't wait until we're all together at the 2022 Proof Awards, where we will see many of these things and get to taste and clink our glasses. But I want to offer to you and to Dave and to the entire team at Haneda Airport, and to the opening of the Delta Sky Club at Haneda, I want this auspicious moment to be filled with good travels and good luck and good fortune, safe travels for all, and my compliments to you on creating such a respite of welcome and hospitality. I have my famous Fukugawa Japanese porcelain, a tiny tasting cup, a ceremonial cup that I'm offering to you with a little sochu in it. And I wanted to know, what is going to be the official house toast of Delta Sky Club at Haneda Airport, where you really can toast in the local flavor? Have you got a house toast for Tokyo yet?
I have no idea.
Well, I'm going to say Kenpai.
Okay.
We're going to start with Kenpai, but we're going to come up with something even more Delta-licious.
It'll be fun tomorrow for the grand opening. They're doing a very traditional sake barrel ceremony here to open the club with good wishes. So the local team's producing that. Not our specialty at all, but we're looking forward to being a part of participating in it.
I absolutely love this. And of course, as a native Bostonian, you perked my interest when you said that you were going to Boston's Logan Airport next. And I can only imagine what delicious things you're going to bring to life there, including, I'm going to imagine some of the gifts from the sea.
Yeah, Boston's fun. We've got one of our clubs that's doubling in size. That project will be finished up later this fall. We're opening our first, we call our Delta Sky Club Express, which is a small grab-and-go club in the E terminal. But they're really for the international flyers. We've added some additional flights there. We've got a new Sky Club under development. It just isn't quite ready yet. It's about a year off. So during the next year, while we're still flying out of that terminal and still waiting for the new Sky Club to be built, we've got this express version of the club open, which I think will satisfy our members for the time being while they wait patiently for a brand new club in Boston.
And Dave, I have to ask
exciting.
you, in Tokyo, what are you doing? There's a little bit of food there as well, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that question.
There's a little bit of food offered at the Delta Sky Club Haneda, Tokyo. Can you?
No.
We're having a little bit of audio difficulty, but
I just want to say thank you.
A little more about the Tokyo Club. It's the Tokyo Club is pretty unique. It's about 250 seats. Got a beautiful view of the Tokyo skyline and Mount Fuji just outside the windows. Again, the bar program we've talked about, and the food program is super interesting. We do a lot of. We've got our traditional buffet here, but we tread the line very carefully with both Eastern and Western influences on the menu. So you have a very traditional Japanese breakfast, Japanese lunch, or you can still have some American favorites for those who want to experience American taste buds. So I'd say it's pretty much 50-50, which keeps it really interesting for all who join us here at Haneda.
Well, Dave Homan and Brittany Chardon, thank you so much for joining us and for inviting us to the grand opening of the Delta Sky Club at Haneda Airport in Tokyo, Japan. Kanpai.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Cheers. Travel safe.
Come join
my
us.
friends.
Yes. Cheers.
How did you meet these fantastic men? Ian, Paul, it's so lovely to have you here with us. Welcome. And I raise my glass to welcome you.
We have the Vice President of Marketing from Zing Zang, the company who makes the best not only mixers, but now ready-to-drink cocktails. Extraordinary friend Diane Mina joins us from her home in Las Vegas, where she has...
Whether you are thinking about becoming a restaurateur or you are already in the business, Michael Politz has written a must-read, The Food and Beverage Magazine's Guide to Restaurant Success. Pick up your copy today at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Books A Million, or wherever fine books are sold.